Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, welcome Dr. Hall for being here to talk about the report. I want to ask you if you can explain how CBO treats the cost-sharing reduction payments in the baseline, and along with that, is CBO doing this in full compliance with the Section 257 of the Balanced Budget and Emergency Deficit Control Act of 1985, commonly known as the Graham-Rudman?
Sure. Well, the cost-sharing reductions used to be paid for with direct payments, and that's now ended. And what's happened is, in reality, what's happened is insurance companies have had the ability to raise their premiums on silver plans to compensate for the lack of direct payments for the CSRs. In fact, I think we're projecting something like an increase in premiums of about 10%. And so in our forecast, we have the CSRs paid for by these higher premiums, which are then subsidized by the federal government. And those subsidies are sort of taking place of the direct payments on the CSRs. And so the CSR entitlement is paid for in our forecast. It's just paid for a different way that reflects the reality of what's going on.
So just to make sure that I understand completely and to clarify, does this mean that the CBO continues to treat CSRs as an entitlement obligation in the baseline in accordance with the law as it's stated before in this committee?
It does. It is an entitlement in our baseline, and we have it paid for in our baseline.
And then my final piece of this is, what is the benefit of CBO reflecting the entitlement obligation through the premium tax credit, and does this show the American public a more realistic picture of our fiscal situation?
Well, absolutely, and we're required to show that it's paid for, and it is paid for, but in reality, it is being paid for through increased subsidies from higher premiums. So it's reflecting the reality, and again, we are describing, I think, accurately how the CSRs are operating and being paid for.
Thank you, Mr. Hall, and I yield back the balance of my time.